Hey, what is going on, people? This is Tony 2.0, and welcome to a new series that I'm going to call Mind Fukt, or Shit We Talk About When Sim's High. Sim, what's up, buddy?
I think Mind Fucked is better.
I think both of them are pretty good.
Well, yeah, one's a name, the other one's the truth.
Yep. So the inspiration for this series was I was going to talk about conspiracy theories, but based on some stuff we can't really talk about that. So we're gonna get into some shit that literally, when you think about it or talk about it, just kind of makes your mind fucking melt. Um, I love like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I love listening to Joe Rogan. Do you like those guys? Or do you listen to anything like that,
Oh
Sim?
yeah, definitely. They are very influential voices of the time right now. It's exciting to have them kind of be the people who really are a face or, representation of kind of the belief that
Yeah,
is surrounded by them.
and it's even better that they're fucking cool and they're not just fucking like none of the other side, like just priests or just
No,
nerdy
it's
fucking
it's
idiots, you know.
it's
So
fun to ask questions and shit like that. Just, do you like this shit? Mind fucked.
yeah,
But
it doesn't really matter where it goes as long as you're thinking. I think that's kind of the goal.
yeah,
Um,
we can call this thing thought points.
yeah, but
Oh
I like
shit.
mind fuck. This is YouTube. Nobody will watch fucking thought points.
No, Mindfucked is better. Sticking
so
to it.
so moving into today's topic, this story has kind of been it's gone viral around the web. Um, Apparently, there's this documentary, a two-part documentary coming out on BBC about dolphins, right? And
Hmm.
what they have found, or what they think, is that these dolphins in the wild have found a way to get themselves high. I mean, for lack of a better term,
Yep.
to sim it up. You know,
To about time. Dolphins are getting on my level.
so essentially what they're doing is they find these poisonous pufferfish, and if any of you guys are sushi fans, it's the same thing as uni, right? Uni
Hmm.
is pufferfish, and it's toxic to humans, and it can kill you. But apparently, these dolphins, they pick up these pufferfish, put them and chew them in their mouth a little to release the toxin, and then kind of like bounce it around and pass it. It's literally like puff puff pass, but with a fucking pufferfish.
Yeah.
What is it? Dude, it's crazy to even talk about that this
Yeah.
actually happens. So who
Oh,
knows?
I've
What
waited really long for this day. It's a
maybe dude that
these
maybe that
fucking
is the origin of Puff Puff Pass, since it is a puffer fish.
dolphins, man. I want to hang out with these guys, man. They know what's up.
Instantly when you see something like
Busting
this,
up here, man.
yeah. Instantly when you see something like this come out, there's always going to be every side comes to try to attack it and disprove it. The big fear for this is that what they think is happening is these dolphins get high and then
Hmm.
swim to the surface with their nose straight up just below the surface so they can see their reflection,
Yeah, that's not.
as if they are self-conscious. They're aware of themselves in a way that fucking we can't even put into words about animals. Think about if there was a comparison in one of the articles that said if the chicken that was going to be slaughtered knew he was about to get his throat slit.
Yeah.
Think about the fish before he bit that worm when you were fishing, knew he was about to get a fucking hook through his mouth. People,
Yeah, no, it's
it's a
it's
deep
a messed
subject.
up thing, especially because these dolphins are you don't look in your mirror, dude, when you're tripping. That's a rule. Like, didn't anyone ever tell you that, man? You're not supposed to look in the mirror.
That's rule number two.
That's for real. That's in the handbook.
Share and don't look in the mirror, right?
Yeah, exactly. Always to the what? To the left hand
Always
side.
pass to the left. Yep. Because you smoke the left-handed cigarette, it's got to go to the left.
Dude, this article though that you had sent me the video attached to it, they said that like there's a different level of how much poison that they can take. They said that they actually know consciously enough that they have to take it in moderation, because if they do too much, man, they OD. You know what I'm talking about? Because the
Yeah.
poison will kill them.
So
And
they know. That's very similar. There's some predatory animals that there's like
they cracked the code, man.
dude, seriously, they did.
These dolphins got it.
It's trippy to think how smart these animals are. You were talking a little bit before about the movie Blackfish.
That's a fantastic movie. And
If
you said you've seen it, and
so good.
yeah, really good. Eye
If
opening.
you guys have not checked that out yet. It's one of those things where you watch it and it's like all this stuff is so tragic, but
Hmm.
at what point do we start to learn from animals?
Well, it wasn't even the first movie like that to come out. The Cove came out years before it, and that's actually about dolphins, like them kind of herding them into a cove and just to really just brutally just, you know, farming them. I guess I'll just say it that way.
Yeah, it's
But kind of in the same way that they tell you in Blackfish that these fish actually behave as such to where it's almost kind of relatable to a human behavior.
yeah, and they make comparisons to slavery, how these animals were pulling them apart from their family structures at
Hmm.
such a young age,
Yeah, really
and,
hard to
and,
hear.
and
You know,
putting them into basically slavery.
that's yeah. I mean, what do you say to that? You know, it's heartbreaking.
It's something that you just can't wrap your head around because forever, you've seen the SeaWorld posters and the commercials and it's like, oh, that's a good place to go. But then when you start hearing about like how they're training these animals with like depriving them of food,
Well,
uh, just
even like other cases where it's similar, where animals like to have this behavior, like and elephants, I hear, are extremely intelligent and friendly too, and they get kind of the same way, just mistreated and stuff like that.
all
So
that
it's
little hook thing that they use to train them.
just yeah, the jab 'em in the ears and shit like that, and that sucks too. You know what? I'd always thought though that it does matter because there's got to be some connection between like the that world, that kind of natural uh, world about them, animals and kind of Earth in togetherness, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, let's get into what the big implications of this are. I saw a lot of people attack the footage and say, "Oh, they're just playing. That's what dolphins do, whatever." When
But
you
even still, with it,
Yeah, seriously, they
smoke the
played with
dolphins.
something that just so happens to get them a little bit high
Oh
and
my God,
they don't play with
should
it enough to die.
give them like a weed brownie or something, dude. I'm sure they'd like that and get on. They'd be all about that.
Oh, that'd be fucking dope. That'd be
He'll be your
hilarious.
best friend after that. Be like, oh man, that's that guy Sim. He's the one. When he pull when he pulls out that shit from his pocket, you do whatever. You do 3 backflips. You do whatever you can to get that brownie.
You don't even have to show them the behavior. They just make shit up. They just start fucking flipping and shit everywhere.
Yeah, swimming on their backs and shit.
So, into the major implication of this. What
Mm,
would happen if animals were we knew that they were self-conscious and they were making decisions that they knew they were making the fucking decisions. If they were smart, intelligent, right? That
yeah.
kind of proves what we thought about evolution for a very long time. At some point, all of the people that believe in evolution, we
Hmm.
say apes became self aware and we
Mm.
were able to start to think critically, right?
Right, they're able to kind of figure it out for themselves.
You can tell your surroundings, yourself, you can feel those needs more than just eat, fuck, breathe. Oh, I have to go get this done today. I have to go get this done today. Intelligent animals. And what would that mean if we find out that these dolphins are that fucking intelligent?
I mean, what we have to if we could do some sort of communication, then I think there might be something there. But otherwise, they're just like, I mean, there's too much of a business behind it. People would argue that it's just us being higher up on the ladder, man. Like, sorry, dolphins. Like, we understand that you kind of can think and do all that shit for yourselves, but we're just better because
Because we can
we
catch
just
you.
we just won. I mean, like we just draw the better hand because
But do you
you may be up there on like the food chain, like in the water, but you didn't fucking win that brain chain.
are
You know what
we
I'm
are
talking
we
about?
really though? Do you think that we're really that far up on the food chain? Put human beings in their habitat. Put us in fucking water. Are we on the top of the food chain?
No,
Fuck no.
listen. I say though that a human like by himself, like no, he probably won't be up there. But I mean, the things that humans have created, I mean, have pretty much put us to where there's no other natural predator.
Well, if you look at it,
I got a gun, motherfucker. I mean,
well, what I'm saying is, if you
can't beat
put
that.
us in these habitats of the animals that we are in, kind of capturing and putting out for show, for lack of a better term, literally putting into slavery,
Mm-hmm.
Put us in those without all the shit we got, and we're not on the top of the food
Okay,
chain.
though, but when you say that too, okay, we're putting in fucking the Bear Grylls type
But
motherfucker, right?
that's what
We're
this
putting in
is.
Navy SEAL like a man's man, fucking wilderness woodsman, shit, and just going in there and like making booby traps and shit. We're
This
not
is
talking about Frank who lives down the street on Evergreen Road over there, with his khakis and shit. We're not talking about putting him in the wilderness.
I, dude. I'm just talking about man. If you take normal everyday man like me or
Did I
you,
just
just
go
put
on
me
there?
out in the middle of the fucking water. We ain't
I'm
topping
just
fucking
saying, man, those
anything.
animals, I mean, they're in fit condition. Gotta can't be, Johnny McFat ass down there in Texas trying to, put him in the into the woods and be like, all right, go ahead and survive. So no, you gotta get the pros,
the top of the chain.
right? No bush league shit. But would you treat him any different? There'd be a lot of changes,
I just don't
but
understand why. At some point, generations behind us who actually care about the planet and animals and shit like that,
hmm
at some point, this ever living money grab is going to stop. And people are going to realize that we have to cohabitate, coexist to survive.
God damn it, dude. Just okay. I just went on a trip, fucking for a second here. So picture that okay, we do discover that there is a kind of a barrier there, and we've broken onto it, a missing barrier that maybe even will allow us to communicate to these animals, a barrier that has been forgotten, a barrier that we maybe once a long time ago had but gave it up for another set of intelligence and just fucked everything up. Anyway, dude, so now we're talking to these creatures. What are they going to tell us? Like, what do we have to gain from them at all? What the hell are they going to say? Like, hey, humans, did you know that that grass is green and shit? It's like, yeah. What the hell are you going to tell me, dolphin, that I don't know? Holy shit, I don't already know. Sorry, let me hit that again.
Yeah, seriously. What if their intelligence? I mean, these species have been around longer than we have, for the most part, right? What if they hold the key to everything evolutionary? What if they
Yeah.
hold the key to
No,
what
if
if
they have those
dude
the answer to that other side that we're not, of the questions that we're not even asking.
what if the
Like if they
dolphins are
had those
aliens? What if they came from Mars?
would because we have the tools to kind of communicate with them, would because of the tools that we made and then them using that, would that put them on like a level of, I don't know, almost like an alien species type thing?
I was
Like
so waiting for you to make up a word there, like tryptophacation.
Dolphin sapien,
Yeah, I think
where
it's
it's like a breed of like dolphin or elephant that they were like a headpiece and they got fucking armor, like battle armor and shit, and they can like, oh, they have like scouters like from Dragon Ball Z, but then they can like talk to you and they're like, hey, the answer is the sun, whatever they're gonna tell you, but
this might
that'd be
already
fucking
be my
nuts.
favorite series on YouTube ever.
I'm
This
just
is
thinking, like, it would be like, what the hell is that show in the 80s, man? The dinosaurs from outer space. You know what I'm talking about, man.
oh like the family one.
Dino saucers, is that what it is?
I don't remember what it is.
What are we talking
It's
about?
just dinosaurs, right?
That
I
might
think
be
that was
too.
when they were the
But still,
family
but
with
that
the
like
not the baby or not the mama,
that
right?
like these animals actually have been on the same level of intelligence that we have been the entire time. Like they know what's going on, but we've just never had a means to communicate with them.
This is a subject that we can explore a lot further as we go with this series. I want to try to keep them a little bit shorter because we could talk about this shit for fucking ever.
How long was that?
So we're at 14 minutes.
Really? All right.
So, guys, in the comment section, if you have something that you want us to cover or something that's been on your mind, please leave them down in the comments on either Sim's channel or my channel. We're gonna do these just kind of whenever we get time to record them or whenever Sim gets high, so we could fucking have a lot of these. Not gonna
That's
lie.
about every night.
If
Felt
you're on
like
my
13
channel,
minutes.
please go over and sub to Sim. If like, share, comment, all that stuff, and
Yeah,
we
thanks everybody.
we'll be back to fuck your mind again pretty soon.
Mind fuck.